Hi members!
Hi!
Say hi members! Welcome back to my channel. I am your favorite newly single bougie vintage, and today's video is a story time. I want to shout out to all the members. Like, legit want to cry. I did not expect so many people to sign up for my membership, and like, you guys are me? Little old me, like I'm legit so happy. We have a little family. There's over 200 of you guys. I legit am stunned because I'm not gonna lie, I thought I was gonna get like 18 members. I thought I was gonna get like 18, 15. I did not think so many of you were gonna sign up. I was like, well, why didn't I do this sooner? I want to thank you guys for signing up. If you're not a member and want to become a member for exclusive content or early access and verified badges, then the link will be in the description box so that you can join the membership. I see some people are like in like Jamaica and stuff and can't sign up, and I don't know if it's just because it's not working on your phone or if it's not available to you. I'm so sorry, because I feel like if you're in Jamaica, we're probably cousins. So if you're an island gal, then you should be able to sign up because I'm an island gal. But if you can't, I'm so sorry. Hopefully YouTube will get their stuff together so that you guys can sign up. Did I forget to mention anything? If I did, I'm sorry. But like, I'm actually so honored and humbled that you guys signed up for my membership. Like, it's legit. It's lit, okay? It's feeling like a me season. What did Issa Rae say? It's definitely giving a me season. Let's get right into this video. So this happened in the fall of 2018. I had a friend that I was friends with from like high school. She's a year younger than me. She is half Caucasian, half Aboriginal, and she was cool. Like, when we were in high school, sometimes we'd have lunch together and stuff. We'd chit chat. Like, she was just, you know, a cool vibe. And so after high school, we didn't like keep contact like a lot, but we still managed to rebuild some sort of friendship once we left high school. And also because she was one of my cousin's best friends and me and my cousin are best friends, like, it was just a little match made in heaven. So like, if my cousin and my friend, we'll call her Kylie, like Kylie Jenner. If my cousin and my friend wanted to come down to Ottawa to visit me, they would. And so I kind of held her dear to my heart because I had already lived in Ottawa for 3 years and only certain people had ever come and made that drive down to visit me. And so anybody that was willing to drive down, do the 4.5-5 hour drive from Toronto to Ottawa to come see me, they were locked in. Those are my real friends, okay? Well, that's what I thought, yeah. That was the case. Now, Kylie was a bit insecure about her own features, just like the real Kylie Jenner. So this was a person that had lip injections and like, she loves the BBL look. Like, if she could have the money to go get surgery to get her body done, she would. And so no shame in that, whatever. But if you guys remember my sugar daddy story, well, a lot of people took notes when I dropped those story times because it was a way to finesse getting the allowances and stuff without actually having to hand out sugar. And so her and a bunch of other people from my city took notes when I dropped that video and literally had messaged me like how to do it, and so I was like, are you guys serious? Literally in the video I said, don't follow in my footsteps. But she was one of those people that wanted to have the fast life. She wanted the nice things, nice car, nice clothes, bags, shoes, whatever. She wanted that stuff. And so she decided to hop on that wave, only she was catfishing. Personally, if I were her, I wouldn't have been catfishing because she is literally the ideal girl. Like, it's hard for Black women to get sugar daddies. It's harder for us to do it, but she's Caucasian essentially, so it is actually really easy. Plus she has the duck lips. Like, she was the perfect person. She could use her own pictures and get a sugar daddy. She didn't have to catfish, but she started to catfish, and she found somebody that was dumb enough to start handing her the funds. So she's getting all this money, girl. She's getting all this money from the sugar daddy, and he's never seen her. They've never FaceTime. They've only talked on the phone, or she'll text him like all day. Like, she was using some random white girl's pictures from like Instagram to catfish him. After a certain point, he kind of caught on or figured like he might be getting catfish, so he asked for like ID. So I had to Photoshop her catfish girl onto her actual ID, and at that point she told him like, well, I have to be honest with you, my real name is XYZ because I don't like to use my real name on these sugar daddy things. So she basically told him like, so I lied about my name, but everything else is real, which was obviously a lie because she was catfishing, acting like she was some blonde girl, and she was not. She comes and I'm helping her catfish this unsuspecting man, and he was a marine biologist, so he had money, and he lived, I think, in Vancouver. I think the reason actually why she had to come clean was because he wanted to fly her out, and so he needed her information to fly her out. But she obviously couldn't go on the actual trip. He could book the ticket chat, but she wasn't gonna show up because when she got there, she would be completely different than the photos. Whatever, I'm helping her catfish this guy, and she gets over $30,000 from this man, okay? It's summertime, so this is actually a little bit before she came to Ottawa, but she gets over $30,000 from this man. So when she moves to Ottawa, she needs a place and stuff. She's telling me she doesn't really have the money, so she's kind of staying at my place. But like, at that point, like, there's no space at my house for her to be staying there. We had 2 bedrooms, but one bedroom was my nursery for Salem, and like, you know, it was just kind of like an inconvenience. So she had no money, and I'm like, well, what happened to the $30,000 that this man gave you? Like, what did you do with it? And so she had put some of it into, I think, her car, but the rest of the money got snorted. And I'm like, what? And she had to come clean with me about that because I was like, this doesn't make any sense. Like, that's 30 racks. Like, what did you do with it? You don't have any fancy clothes. You didn't go lay down on the surgery table. Lip injections are not $30,000. So where is the money? And then she comes clean and tells me that her and her friend in Hamilton were buying a lot of blow. And I'm like, you do blow? I was actually legit stunned. I was like, huh? You blew the money on blow? Girl, bye. So I'm like, whatever, no judgment. She needs a place to stay because she's deciding that she's trying to finish school because I think she had taken a pause from school. So she decided she's going to change school or change her major, whatever she was doing. But she knew that she needed to get away from Toronto and from Hamilton. So she decided she's going to move out here. Anytime that she came to visit me quite a bit. Like, she would legit drive down multiple weekends in a row. She would come down because she needed to clear her head. She was doing that because if she didn't come to Ottawa to clear her head, she was going the opposite direction to Hamilton to inhale substances. So she needed to come here to clear her head. And a lot of people actually, like my family and stuff, anybody who comes to visit me always says that, like, they just get so much clarity when they come into my house. It's giving, I have healing aura, okay? So people come visit me to get a freshness, right? So a fresh wind, okay, like from Jesus. So that's basically what was happening. So then fast forward, catfish, the guy realizes he's being catfished and he stops giving her money and they have to end their catfish relationship. But by this time, she's like, I need to move to Ottawa. So she comes and she starts school and she's looking for a place, but she doesn't have a place. And so she's staying at my house for a bit. But like I said, it was an inconvenience. So I end up telling her, like, well, my mom has a 2-bedroom across the road. This is not the last place that my mom lived at before we moved here. This is the very first place my mom moved into when she moved to Ottawa. So my mom had a 2-bedroom apartment. I was like, well, you can't stay here with me and my family. So I'll ask my mom if she wants you to be her roommate per se, and you would just pay, like, I don't even know, I think it was like $600. Like, it was really cheap. It was just for the room. Like, she would kind of come to my house if she was gonna cook or eat dinner or whatever. Like, she had access to whatever she needed to have access to, but it was really cheap. It was a really cheap amount for her to be paid. But because I know how people are, I suggested to her, I said, since you're going to be in school until May, because it was October, school just started in September. Since you're going to be in school until May, pay my mom in advance. Because I'm not trying to have you screw my mom. Like, it's not happening. You know what I mean? I told her, like, if you're going to move into my mom's place, like, just pay her in advance. You stay there for the school year, and there's never going to be any problem. Because she had the money to pay in advance because she got student loans. And part of that is her cost of living. So I was telling her, pay the money in advance so there's no problems. My mom doesn't have to come to you every month. Like, you know, that's what I tried to do, but obviously she didn't do it because she had ulterior motives and ulterior plans. She migrates from my place to my mom's place, and she moves in there, but she doesn't really have any furniture or anything. She has her clothes, sure, but she had an air mattress that was on the floor. That was my mom's air mattress, and then that was pretty much it. And so because she wasn't really gonna be there, she was just somewhere to sleep at night, it wasn't really a big deal. She had been around my mom, so, you know, they were cool too. October 6th, Kylie texts me. She's like, bougie. And then I'm like, Kylie. That was it. Then 3 days later, I guess in between it, like, we obviously had seen each other and talked. Like, she would come to my house every single day. Like, she would come to my house, and then once I was going to bed, she would just go over to my mom's house and go to bed. We probably saw each other that day. October 9th, she's like, are we doing nails together this week? Like, I was gonna bring her to the nail shop I used to go to. And then I didn't respond to that text. It was like at 1:37 a.m. I was probably sleeping. And then later in the day, I text her, and I was like, same day, I was like, Salem is asleep. She must have come over. I don't know if she was making noise or something, but I was just telling her, like, Salem's asleep, so when you get here, be really quiet. I don't know if that's what it was. I'm just assuming because these are old text messages. So that's October 9th. So at this point, she's already in my mom's place. October 10th comes, and my mom tells me that she's moving out of the place. But she had agreed to stay there until her school year was done, and she never communicated with me that she was moving out or whatever. And my mom and her were not arguing or anything. There was no problems there, but she out of nowhere decided she's leaving. A part of this was because she found a new sugar daddy secretly and I guess the person was gonna hook her up with whatever, but this sugar daddy was somebody that she had to actually give sugar to. And let me backtrack, because while she was losing the first sugar daddy, she was trying to enlist my ex-husband as a PIMP. And I was like, absolutely not. He has a career. He does not need to be doing that. Obviously, he didn't mind because he's trying to make a quick dollar at any time, any place. That's his mentality, even with the whole career. So, like, he would have taken the job opportunity, but no, but that's beyond the point. So I guess she found a new person and didn't want to say anything because she knew that she agreed to stay at my mom's place for up until April. Now, she never paid the advance money like I had told her, but that's because she knew that she wasn't gonna stay, but she never said that. So my mom tells me that she's moving out, and I was like, what you talking about, Willis? So I text her, and I'm like, you're moving out of my mom's apartment. I was like, we only moved stuff and paid for storage out of convenience to you. I could have used the second bedroom, Kylie, because Kylie had told us that she was going to stay at my mom's place for until the school year was over. I used to use it as a storage room. So I took all of my belongings out of that storage and started paying for storage at Diamond. Diamond's a storage unit place, to convenience this girl. So now I'm upset. I totally forgot about this. I'm so glad I had these texts. I said, and I spoke to you yesterday and you didn't mention anything to me, and you told my mom I'm not taking your calls? What? Knowing damn well you called me in the morning and I told you Salem was asleep, and then I spoke to you at 5:47 p.m. So she was trying to spin the narrative. Like, I don't know why I attract all these narcissist ass people. Your face is absolutely dirty, Belle. You want to tell a story? Mm-hmm. Tell a story.
Twinkle, twinkle,
I didn't say sing a song, child.
I like your earrings.
You do? Who is that on my earrings?
The day that was on the TV.
Sailor Moon?
Yeah.
Yeah. You like them?
Yeah.
Those cool earrings?
And you buy some of them like you.
Yes, Belle.
You did?
Yeah. You want earrings like that? But
Yeah.
these are too big. I'm gonna find small ones for you.
This big one for say like Sailor Moon.
She does like Sailor Moon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I like Sailor Moon.
You do?
Yeah.
How you feeling today?
Good.
Good. You happy, girl?
Mhm.
Okay. So she tells me she called me 2 times that day. At this, first of all, back then, I don't even think that Do Not Disturb was available on iPhone. And if it was, I didn't use it. Okay. So she tells me she called me 2 times that day. Lie. I screenshot my missed calls or my call list, and her number and name is not there. All of a sudden, the phone's not working. Your calls are just magically not coming through. So I said, no, you did not. Then she sends me a screenshot of her calling me at like 8 p.m., but it says 1 second, which means she hung up the call. Don't try to be smart. Like, stop it. So you hung up as soon as it did the first little and you want to say that you called somebody? You didn't call me. So I said that to her. I'm like, it says 1 second, which means you hung up. My phone did not ring. Nevertheless, you knew yesterday and didn't say anything. I don't understand why you moved in just to barely stay there and then move out a month later. She's like, can we talk about it in person? I'll explain why. I said, no, Kylie, you're doing the same shit you were doing before. You have no sense of stability. You like to couch surf for whatever reason, and people enable you to do it. So I don't know. I don't like seeing that because of my own experiences with being homeless, with couch surfing. If I see that somebody's doing that and they try to come in my space and do it, ain't going down like that. You need to buckle down and do what you need to do. Like, we're too grown. Like, get some stability. Anyway, I said, obviously you were looking to move for a while, because how are you going to go live with this aunt you just met and work for her? You obviously knew you were going to move for a while. I forgot all this stuff. I remember her bringing up this auntie out of nowhere, and now I'm thinking it was actually the sugar daddy. She's like, Bouge, I never said I was gonna stay at your mom's house for a year or commit to a year, which is why I asked her before I signed the lease. You hear that? Sign the lease. How much notice would she need before I wanted to move out? So then I messaged her and I'm like, Kylie, please do not play dumb, because no one is trying to rent out their space for 2 months. It serves no logical purpose. 6 months is understandable, but you didn't commit to anything. You should have found an apartment for yourself if that was the case, instead of everyone unnecessarily shuffling their stuff into paid storage to accommodate you moving when we didn't have to. If you knew you weren't planning on staying long, you shouldn't have moved in, period. You signed the lease for 1 year. She could literally take you to court for that if she was a cunt. It's just like the first month you were supposed to pay and decided your money was better off elsewhere. Oh, see, I didn't forget about all this stuff. That was the first red flag. Don't be ignoring these red flags. She was supposed to move in a certain day, and then I think she bought a coat. I think she went out and bought a Montclair jacket. Like, just dumb. Like, you're homeless. Why are you buying a Montclair coat? Oh, because you're homeless. You need a coat if you're going to be outside. Treating my mom like she's not a real landlord, and you're doing it again. Taking advantage and manipulating the situation for your own personal benefit. You moved out here to go to school and ground yourself, and yet again you've managed to cycle back to your old shit. Losing your license and bank card, having to call into work to explain that, missing school, and for what? Thanksgiving dinner, still traveling back and forth to Toronto for nonsense. You're doing all the shit you were doing before. You have no discipline, and it's sad to watch. I'm not your parent. Clearly, I thought I was a mama child. I'm not your parent, but I'm not going to sit up here and baby you like everyone else. I will give you the real whether you like it or not. You're almost 25, and what are you doing? Hopping from house to house. I could understand if you found your own place. I would applaud you, but you're going to live at someone else's house that you basically do not know. You've been couch surfing for too damn long, Kylie. From Port Hope to Hamilton to Ajax to Scarborough to Ottawa at my house and back. You're never stable in one place and you can't see it. I was once doing the same, but no one stopped me and said anything. I was couch surfing and staying at whoever's house until it got to the point where I had to go to a shelter to figure out my life. You're one of the most irresponsible people I know, and I truly get frustrated dealing with you because she was one of those people that is like missing brain cells. So like she would like, I don't know if she was acting dumb or if she actually was dumb. I really don't know. She would say stuff and you would just be like, it was very much giving like, is this chicken or fish? Jessica Simpson on Newlyweds. It says chicken of the sea. So is it chicken or is it fish? Like, and so I used to be very short with her because she would act really stupid or ask stupid questions. And it's just like, what? Anyway, who the hell loses their important documents like their status card? She lost her status card. So if you're a Native person in Canada, you have a status card and you need it. And so there was no way for her to retrieve it, but lucky for her, at one point, like maybe 2 years before, she had texted me her status number. So because I had those text messages and I remembered that she texted me her status number, I was scamming Roger's chat. Because she did that, I had the number and I was able to give it to her because I found it in my text messages, and that was her way of going to a Native, I don't even know what it is. It's like a place for Native people, and if she gives them the status number, they can pull up her information and she can get a new one. But without the number, she was basically up SHITS Creek, okay? I said, if I didn't give you that status number, you would have never gotten to the Native Center. Get it together, Kylie, please. I don't want to see any of my friends like this. I really don't. If I see someone on the same path I was on, it's my due diligence to let them know, but a lot of the time it's in one ear and out the other, which I feel will be you, but I still try because I care. So she doesn't respond to that message. So at this point, she gets somebody, I don't know who it was, she gets somebody to pen a text message or write out a text message to my mom, and it was on some BS. I can probably go get it, but like I'm too lazy. And so I called her because I don't remember what they were saying to my mom, but I was not going for it at all, and I knew it wasn't her that wrote it. So I don't know why people keep trying to do that with me. Like, anyway, I call her. She doesn't answer, obviously, because now she's dodging. And so I text her and I'm like, I called you because I saw the text that someone helped you write to my mom. At the end of the message, you referred to me as a bully and stated I have been harassing you. Kylie, out of all the things you've done, this is the one thing that really isn't sitting right with me. You have the nerve, audacity, and gall to call me a bully and state that I've been harassing you when the only thing I've done is support you, help you, and genuinely want the best for you. That is not news to you. I do not get why you are trying to make yourself out to be some victim when you and I both know that is not the case. I said some real SHIT to you and you may have not liked it, but not once have I bullied or harassed you. You and I had one conversation, and being that you clearly do not like or handle confrontation well, you decided not to respond. If I were bullying you, Kylie, I would have called you a good-for-nothing, binging cokehead who's 10 seconds away from posting up on Backpage and 5 seconds away from selling her body to the lowest bidding old man. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. The Aries moon did popped out, okay? If I was bullying you, I would have called you a dumb bitch who's obsessed with Stacy doll and Persian baddie because you're so insecure. You look at them for inspiration and they have the life you want so badly, but at what cost? I would have told you your lips are overinflated and you look like a duck. I would have told you how you let the guy that she was talking to almost get you pregnant and took your sweet precious time to buy the plan B. She thought she was pregnant. She thought she might be pregnant, and I literally had to force her to the store to get the plan B. Like, what are you waiting for? She claimed she did not want to have a baby, but she was like dilly-dallying because like she was trying to keep up with me. Like, I don't know, like What are you waiting for? Go get the freaking plan B. You just told me you cannot have a baby right now. You do not want a baby. Go get the damn plan B, please. How you tried to enlist my husband as your PIMP on more than one occasion. I would have and could have said a whole lot. I would have told you to pull the F up. The only thing I ever wanted for you was for you to go to school like you said and make something of yourself, because that's what she had been complaining to me about. Like, she was like telling me how unorganized her life is and how she wants to be organized. And so I was trying to help her do that. But like, if somebody like, don't tell me one thing out your mouth and then be doing another. Just don't. Anyway, the only thing I ever wanted for you was you to go to school like you said and make something of yourself. Your education is free. So because she's Native, she has a free education. There's people like me. There's people like y'all. All these people don't have these kinds of benefits. We don't get to go to school for free. She could literally, if she wants to be a doctor, they gotta pay for it. The Canada gotta pay for it. So like, for you to be squandering that kind of opportunity is crazy to me. Like, actually crazy. And it's none of my damn business. I know that now, child, because I'm 30. I grew up. But if you have Native status and you don't take advantage of the opportunities that are presented to you, something ain't right. I said, when I sent that last text message to you, I was not ending my friendship with you. Yeah, you effed around on the lease situation, but I didn't see that as a reason to end my friendship with you. But the fact that I've only been there for you, from allowing you into my home for extended amounts of time, feeding you, and extending my mother's home to you so that your move to Ottawa could be a smooth transition, and you turn around and say I'm harassing you when you're the one in the wrong, really threw me through a loop. Choose your words wisely. Call me a bitch. Say I kept it an effing buck, but do not call me a damn bully, because I stuck to the script and only told you what I felt was necessary as your friend. I see you heading down a path that is for bums and felt I should inform you. I was honest and to the point. Sorry that the truth is not something you like to hear. I will not message you again. I will not call you. I just really did not appreciate you calling me a bully or saying I harassed your livelihood or expressing to whoever wrote that text for you that I've been doing such. It's disgusting that you would even allow that text message to go through with that BS on the end of it. Disgusting. You got me effed up. It's unfortunate that things blew the hell up like this, but I knew it would because I know you and your lack of reliability. Despite all of this, I wish you all the best. I'm not upset. I have no ill feelings towards you. But I wasn't going to allow you to lie about me to make yourself feel justified in what you're doing. So she read that message. She got that message. And then it came time to her having to actually move out. So my mom is organizing with her because my mom obviously wants to be there when she's moving out of her apartment. So my mom is trying to text back and forth with her and find out when she's going to be coming to move out. She tried to confuse my mom about when she would be there because she didn't want my mom to be there. So she had texted my mom and told her what time she's going to be there more than once and what day, which was I think the following day, the next day. So she had told that to my mom. And so the day that she's supposed to move, my mom's over at my house helping me with Salem. I'm pregnant with Belle. And all of a sudden, Kylie texts my mom at a completely different time than she's supposed to be at the house and tells her she left the keys on the glass table. I said, what? She texts you saying what? So my mom's pissed off because the girl told her she's coming at like, I don't know if she said 9:30 p.m. to move out, but it's middle of the day. We pack up Salem and we rush over to my mom's apartment and we tell her, do not leave. You're not allowed to just leave keys on the table. We need to be doing a walkthrough. She had already left and we told her to pull back up because what? And we need to do a walkthrough with her there. And we're waiting, and an all gold G-Wagon. She was, at the time she was driving, She had like a white car, like a regular vehicle. She drove a regular vehicle. So we're at my mom's building in the parking lot waiting for her car to pull up. And we see this all gold G-Wagon, Mercedes-Benz G-Wagon, gold, decked out, pull up. And we're like, not expecting her to hop out of it. We're looking at the car like, that's a cool car. Why does Kylie get out of the G-Wagon like she was Kylie Jenner for real? Kylie Jenner gets out of the all gold G-Wagon. I said, oh, I see what's going on here. Okay, so I already had cussed her out because why did you try to confuse my mom and tell her you're coming at 9:30, but really you were planning to be there at 4 o'clock p.m. to get your stuff? So when we see her, I start cussing her. And I'm like, what the hell do you think you're doing? Like, why did you tell? They had like the text message start between her and my mom. She told my mom she was coming at 9:30 like 40 times. Okay, she told her I'll be there at 9:30 tomorrow p.m. We're like, let's go upstairs and do a walkthrough. This girl acts like me pregnant is going to whoop her ass, and maybe I was going to, but I don't think so. I have never hurt a fly. Okay, she is acting like some scared girl, like me and my mom and the baby are gonna jump her. So she's acting like she don't want to go upstairs. She calls the po-po. Okay, so she calls the police, and now we have to sit there and wait for them to show up to, and you know when it's like a domestic dispute or like a freaking an escort thing with the police, you are gonna wait until they're not busy. Okay, so like you're holding us up, like we just need to walk through the apartment, make sure that there's no damages, make sure that you took all of your belongings. That's it. We're not coming here to beat you up, even though I'm cussing you out. So we end up waiting for the police to come. The police get there. We do the walkthrough, and that was it. And I have never seen or spoken to her ever again. I do not suggest roommates, whether friends or family. It's just not a thing. Like, it doesn't go over well. I don't know a single roommate situation that has gone over well for anybody, but especially not for me or my mom. Like, and the thing is, she was barely there. But one thing that I forgot to mention is that one time my mom had gone to Toronto for the weekend because she still had a man over there in Toronto. So she went to Toronto for the weekend, and when she came home, her bed was not made the way she left it. And so my mom had called me and told me that she thinks that Kylie was sleeping in her bed because she only had the air mattress in the other room. So she was taking advantage of the fact that my mom was home. That's such a violation. And so my mom was like, I don't even want to sleep there anymore. She did not make the bed up properly. Like, if you're going to do that, take a picture of what the bed looked like before. Sleep in the bed, which is not, like, don't do this. But, like, take a picture of the bed if you're going to do that. Take a picture of the bed so you can set it up exactly how it was left. The bed was not set up the right way, and so my mom knew as soon as she walked into the room that Kylie had slept in her bed. And so the other thing was, Kylie was the type of person that had no boundaries. So I remember before she actually moved into my mom's house, I'm smelling my husband's cologne, but like he's not home. And I'm like, what the frig? And so it's on my dresser in my room. But at that point, I don't think anything of it. I think I'm tripping. I'm like, oh, well, you know, because he doesn't really, at that point, he only wore it on occasion. Like, he doesn't wear it every single day. So fast forward, maybe a couple of days later, me and Kylie are in my room, and she picks up the cologne and she sprays it on herself. This Tom Ford Tuscan leather. She sprays it on herself. And I'm like, so you've been wearing the damn cologne. Like, why are you wearing my husband's cologne? Like, what? That's not even it. Like, literally, when she would be telling me about the guy that for the Plan B, on more than one occasion, she was telling me a story about that guy, but she said my soon-to-be ex-husband, but husband at the time, she said his name, and then she's like, I mean, what we gonna call him? Bradley. We'll just call him Bradley. Well, Bradley's not a black name, but he was black. But like, she would be telling me a story about him, and I'm like, oh no, my husband is on your mind, child. No, you got to go, honey. You cannot stay here. So that was shortly before I'm like, yeah, she's wearing his cologne. 3 different stories, 3 different times she's made the mistake of telling me a story, and it's like she's calling the wrong name. She's calling his government name. Like, she's not calling his nickname when she's telling the story. She's calling my husband's actual name in the story. I'm like, what? Yeah, no. And then you want him to be your PIMP? Yeah, no. It's not going down to that. This is a hot ass mess. I don't know what kind of people I'd be attracted to, girl, but like, this one ain't got no friends. Y'all are my friends now, members. Hey. But yeah, that is the story on the worst roommate ever. Well, actually, she actually is the second worst roommate ever. When I get to telling y'all the exclusive story about my sister, the Tasmanian Devil. We're gonna get into some things. Anyway, guys, in the comments below, let me know of a roommate story that you have or that you've heard. I love you all so much, and I'll definitely see you in the next one.